Gavin, we're 14 games to go at that business end of the season. How are you seeing things in National League North?
Yeah, really positive. I think we're placed quite well in terms of the season that I suppose we've had to overcome the way we see it. Really tough fixtures at the start of the season, and then the lads have been incredible. Really, when you think about the FA Cup exploits as well, having to go down to Truro and all the way up to Hartlepool and beating National League teams here. So up until this point, we're pleased. I think the fact that we've done it with drastic injuries has been really pleasing. Obviously, that's an uncontrollable, not something that you can account for. But with the players coming back now, we've got fresh legs, competition. We've really got our sights on the next 14 games and what the team may bring. So we're trying to prepare them in every single way. But it's been a very how should I say, complicated season in terms of overcoming obstacles. And I think the lads have really equipped themselves well and managed to put themselves in a position that they can really get focused and going into the business end now, make sure that they end up in the right place.
I mean, you're right to point to some of the adversity that the team have had to overcome this season, but it's been great the last couple of games to see a full bench. And I guess at this end of the season, having those fresh legs and having a choice to come off the bench is a really important factor for you. Yeah,
I think when we cast our mind back to Stockport, it's probably, I wouldn't say our lowest. Just things that you have to overcome. You turn around and Ricardo's not had any minutes. He's on the bench and we're being advised to be cautious with him. And then we've got another two, with the greatest respect, our goalkeeper coach Ali, that is probably not going to come on ordinarily. You end up looking around and thinking Morgan Roberts has gone down 10 minutes before kick-off. Probably a big part of our game plan, really. So, yeah, to equip ourselves the way we did on the day, and then how many times I've turned around and just had two players to choose from. It's been tough. Yeah, it's been tough. But no saw more on the players. They're the ones who've got to go out there and physically do it. And I think they're feeling really refreshed and energised now. Going into the last 14 games, we've had somewhat of a up and down, but still positive last couple of weeks. Some defeats that we would have liked to have avoided, but lots of wins in there as well. Not many draws. So yeah, there's a real plan being hatched for the next 14 games now to really give these lads everything that they can. The club's being incredibly supportive. We're always trying to look for those 1% to give the players an opportunity to go out there and just perform at their best. No excuses, and we want to put our best foot forward. So we do that on every occasion, but like you rightly say, to have a full squad to choose from, and with the likes of Scotty Pollock coming back now, and Zach getting back to some form of full fitness, because again it takes them weeks. They come back and they're available, but it takes weeks to be conditioned, and we're part-time, so we're always a little bit of a step behind. But it's credit to the lads again. They do a lot away from the club, and as our physio and Lewis, they're working constantly to make sure that they've got everything that they need. So yeah, 14 games to go, and we're really excited.
It's a very professional approach that you got here with the team, but as you say, nonetheless, it's a part-time team. Last Tuesday evening away at Chorley, didn't get back here till just about 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, that is pretty tough. So great to be back now with 2 home games to look forward to. Yeah,
I think the lads are pleased. Like you say, part-time. We aim to be the most professional, semi-professional team in the country. Whether we are or not, but that's certainly our aim. We leave no stone unturned. Try and go above and beyond and gather all of those 1% for the players to be at the best they can be. But like you rightly say, get back at 3 o'clock. You've had to take your medicine somewhat. They're at work straight away, and then we're expecting them to come in on a Thursday night. So we have to manage that really well. And credit to the staff. They're brilliant, and we like to think we're meticulous in making sure that the players get as much training as they need, but also sometimes bringing it down. It's just tonight, for example, we want to just try and change the environment for the players, and have them together, have that camaraderie and that bonding, but just try and get them in a different environment and not have to think about football somewhat, ready to come back Thursday. So I think they're very much thinking about the home games. It gives us a chance to get in front of our own supporters, and again, the journeys are much less, and the strain on their bodies is much less. So we're really excited about going into Southport now and Rush all at home.
And you've always spoken about the importance of those home supporters, and that feels even more important now as we get through to this sharp end of the season.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in, partnerships are always big in every walk of life, and more often than not they come in threes, you know. And as part of our football club, I believe that the players and staff, the players and playing staff, obviously play a massive part in that for obvious reasons. The supporters, for obvious reasons, you know, none of us would be here if it wasn't for them, and they're so passionate and also understanding. You know, I think they're very aware of all the hard work that goes on here from the top all the way through. So, and then it's having the hierarchy at the club who have got to be willing to back that as well. They're the ones who have got to, you know, it's their heads on the block really. You know, they're the ones who are here day to day, you know, with other businesses to run and other things to be concerning themselves with. So when you look at those three, you know, I call it the club hierarchy. You know, the playing staff and players, and the fans, when they're all in sync. Which this is probably a football club similar to another football club I've been at as a player, but right up there really of having that understanding and that connection. And I think we do have that. I think we have that connection at this football club, and it stands us in good stead. You know, there's a huge respect and expectation of each other. And a real drive to be successful. And I think when you look at what is a small town in Brackley, and obviously, you know, how brilliant it is to be here and this resource that we have, you know, we want, like I said, we want to put our best foot forward and going into these next 14 games, really, God willing, make the most of every moment.
So message that I'm hearing to supporters is Saturday against Southport, you'll be here, get behind the team.
Yeah, atmosphere is massive, you know. There's times where I've been here and we've had decisions because of the supporters being here, and Tuesday nights are massive. I know it's cold at the moment, but you know, we just really want all the supporters to come out and just give it. I know there's a cost involved. I know people have got responsibilities with family and whatnot, but we really want supporters to come down this Saturday and Tuesday and try and create an atmosphere and really try and drive us on for these next 14 games. Because like I say, of course it's the players that will have to be accountable on the day and the night, and we're doing everything we can to manage them. But the fans, you know, we want them to really come and play their part and get behind us like they always do. But we want them to come out in their numbers and really drive us on to what we hope is a couple of victories.
Well, we hear your enthusiasm. It's a great positive message. Thanks for those words, and good luck on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you, mate.